everyone. I'm Jackie Adjacola, Executive Director of Cat Depot here in Sarasota, Florida. We are your resource for cat care, adoption, and education programs. And this, Kindness Matters, is a show that explores our relationship with all living things, from the cats in our homes to other animals and pets in our homes, to the birds out in the trees, to those living offshore. We share our homes and our environment with all kinds of creatures, and celebrating those relationships, all of those stories, those connections, all are things that make me smile. So, my friends, these are very challenging times indeed, and most of us have not experienced anything like COVID-19 in our lifetimes and the challenges that are all associated with that. But you know what? We're all going through this together, and a little kindness, patience, and just generosity goes a very long way. So as so many are struggling with this, and many of those challenges are mental challenges, but like the cats here, we are nimble, we are resilient, and we can rely on each other to help carry us through this. So with respect to health and safety guidelines, Cat Depot operations are limited right now. Our dedicated staff is still here caring for the kitties. We are still finding loving homes for cats. Some of our cats are in foster. And although our cat care clinic for the public is closed right now, we are still here for you in case you need supplies, if you need prescriptions, if you need to talk with one of our veterinary staff members. Please don't hesitate to give us a call, 941-366-2404. Emergency situations can change. We will direct you as best we can, and we are happy to speak with you on the phone. As we know more than ever, services like our community food bank are so critical now and always, but now we have even more people who are experiencing times of need. So we're thinking of all of you, we're thinking of your pets, we're thinking of Sigma here, who's enjoying a bit of a cat nap. And thank you for joining us today for Kindness Matters. As we are here in Cat Depot, we're not able to go into studio. So with regard to your pets, the CDC hasn't received any reports to date of pets here or other animals becoming sick with COVID-19. So at this time, there's no evidence that companion animals, including pets, can spread the disease. But like anything, wash your hands. Wash your hands in between touching your pets. Wash your hands in between tasks after touching services, and just go to the CDC website and read the regulations and the safety guidelines. Those are what we're trying to adhere to at Cat Depot, and we want to keep everyone and help everyone stay safe and healthy. Also, think about your pet as you're limiting your outings and you're going out to get supplies for yourself. Don't forget pets like Sigma here. Make sure you're getting at least a supply of food, and at the Jacola home we're trying to get at least 2 weeks worth of food when we go out, and 30 to 90 days of prescriptions that we need. So we have quite a few animals that we're taking care of at home, and we've taken this time to make sure that we designate an emergency caregiver in case something unforeseen happens, that we have neighbors who will care for and check on our pets. Additionally, we have at home 4 horses, 3 cats, 2 dogs, so we have a whiteboard set up. In your household, you might not have so many pets. You could possibly create a pamphlet that says when everyone eats, what they eat, what time they receive medication, what makes your pet happy, and just their general habits, so that a caregiver, if necessary, can come in and keep the pets on their daily routine. So again, we've got a lot going on down at the Jacola home. So we have our go-to whiteboard that has all those instructions laid out, and we have a great network of friends and neighbors in our little community. So just make sure you engage your network of friends and your animal-loving friends during times like these. If you are fortunate enough to be working from home and spending extra time with your family, working alternate schedules, please remember that so many in these times are struggling. Those families and those pets still need our help. They still need Cat Depot's help, and they still need your support. So donations to help these pets and these family members are critical now more than ever. Normally, in our monthly community food bank, we feed about 500 cats in need, so we expect those numbers to increase. The best way you can help Cat Depot from home right now is to go to our website, catdepot.org, and make a donation or a one-time gift, help with our community food bank, or even we're getting ready for what's called the Giving Challenge here in Sarasota, which is April 28th and 29th. So to find out more about that in the coming days, please visit our website, catdepot.org. Information will be up there in the next couple days about the Giving Challenge. Again, it is April 28th and 29th from 12 noon to 12 noon. This event is organized by the Community Foundation of Sarasota County, and donations to nonprofits between $25 and $100 are going to be generously matched by the Patterson Foundation. So you're going to see a lot of activity from us at Cat Depot, as well as your other favorite nonprofits in the Sarasota community that are doing good for others in this area during the April 28th, 29th, and leading up to it. You can make a pledge really soon by checking online at catdepot.org, or for more information on how you can help with that, you can call 941-366-2404. And the great thing about this is all of the participation is virtual. We can engage with members across the country. We can help cats right here in Sarasota. We can continue to spread our messages and spread the word about the great work that the nonprofits in the Sarasota area are performing. But all of you throughout the nation can get involved in this event and this effort. So we thank you for staying tuned and finding out more information about that. So in this time of need and caring, just make sure you keep up on the accurate information, keep up on your social posts, and we will be putting out more information as we go. So right now, let's play a video from Cat Depot to see which of our adoptable cats made the staff favorite list this week. We always have many staff favorites, but you're going to have the pleasure of meeting Kiana, one of our veterinary nurses.
So I'm Kiana. I work here at Cat Depot as a veterinary nurse in the Rose Durham Cat Care Clinic. What brought me to Cat Depot is I've always loved animals, and that's why I became a veterinary nurse in the first place. And Cat Depot is just, we do a lot for the community, a lot for the cats, for the cats in the community, and I've always wanted to work here, and then I got the opportunity to work in the clinic. So I love cats because they're just always so loving and friendly, obviously, like these two. They just always want attention. And this is Sweetie Pie and Tippy. They are a bonded pair that are here at Cat Depot. They are seniors here, and they obviously love to be loved. My favorite part of the day here would be when I get to work in the clinic, and people bring in their cats, and they're either sick or need something, and we get to actually take care of them and help the people and help the cats when they come in and they need stuff from us.
I am so proud of all of Cat Depot's team always, and especially through this trying time. We are continuing to come together and make a difference and spread a little kindness. Early earlier this year, I was discussing the health benefits of pets with some of the mental health professionals in the Sarasota area. I was learning about their work, and I'm very interested in exploring the health benefits of pets. I really enjoy reading articles and learning about the science behind the human-animal connection, because I know my time with Sigma here is really comforting to me. I've been visiting him every day. He's been challenged in his life. He had a traumatic injury to his right eye, and our veterinarians here and our great staff was able to care for him. And he is leading a great life, although he is waiting to come into one of your loving homes. But my evenings are spent cuddling with my dogs, and yeah, usually on the couch. I'm one of those people that thinks it shouldn't be okay, but it's okay because the dogs like hanging out on the couch with me in the mornings. Before I come into Cat Depot, I visit my kitties. I have a mom and two 7-year-old kittens, so we've maintained a family of cats. And my zen really is my outdoor time with my horses. That's a time when I can't think about anything else that's going on in the world. It's what I do for physical exercise, it's what I do outside, it's with an animal. So my riding is kind of a dance that I can only accomplish when I am committed to the ride, I'm committed to the animal, I'm committed to staying safe and staying calm. And that is just what kind of makes me focus on just myself. And we all need that kind of time, especially when times are so stressful. But the point is that relationship with animals is what's so amazing and so intriguing. And I do subscribe to the mentality that pets are very good for our health. And I know you are playing now, you're getting to be a frisky kitty. I know you're gonna smile as you see this piece from Zoetis.
I found a way to relieve my depression.
I found a way to lower my cholesterol.
I found a way to strengthen my immune system.
I found better health with Cat.
In clinical studies, prescription strength CAT has been shown to be effective in strengthening your immune system, preventing allergies in children, lowering cholesterol and triglyceride levels, reducing stress, and decreasing anxiety and depression. Side effects may include difficulty breathing because a cat is sleeping on your face, trouble working because a cat is on your computer, issues packing because a cat is in your suitcase. You may experience trouble peeing because your cat is staring at you. You may spend all day posting pictures of your cat on social media. Some cat owners experience nausea at the sight of dead rodents on their doorstep. Things may fall from tall surfaces and break because your cat knocked it off and doesn't give a kitty litter. You may feel a strange sensation that you don't own your cat and that your cat actually owns you. Discover better health. Ask your veterinarian about CAT.
We were so fortunate last week to have some virtual time with Lisa Intagliata from Resilient Retreat. She is the new executive director there. She is the first executive director at Resilient Retreat, in fact. I came to find out about this organization in a kind of a roundabout way while I was speaking with colleagues in the community about the health benefits of pets. So please enjoy this video chat with Lisa and just take in all what the blossoming programs at Resilient Retreat are going to be.
Can you tell me what led you to work at Resilient Retreat?
Well, when it was actually a friend of mine in the community who told me about Resilient Retreat, and I was not aware of their mission before this. And when she explained that there was finally an organization in Sarasota County that would be addressing the what now with survivors of domestic abuse, sexual abuse, first responders, including police officers, firemen, nurses, physicians, social workers, that helped them through the trauma after the initial emergency or crisis was over. There really isn't a nonprofit to address the long-term care of trauma survivors after the initial crisis. So Resilient Retreat, we will be offering not only daily programs, and we are now offering daily programming and support, but we will continue that. And then once our retreat center is built, we will have 3 and 5 day retreats out at our new 84 acres of land and the retreat center that's being built. So I was just really attracted to the mission, and the board is very engaged, and just knowing that I could use my skills in helping them begin this journey to establish the nonprofit. It's only been about a year since a year in March, we just celebrated our 1-year anniversary of getting our 501c3. So it's an exciting position for an executive director to be in, where you can just really birth all of the programs, and that was what was appealing to me.
Comprehensively, can you tell me about all of the programs you're currently running and the ones you hope to build to, and then, go with that, and then I'll ask an ancillary question.
Okay, so our programming right now at Resilient Retreat is in the pilot phase. We have about 50 participants who are registered with us, and we are looking to grow that, obviously, but they are signed up for various different types of offerings. So for example, we had a partnership with In-Stride Therapy, and we had a core group of 20 participants that went through equine therapy, which we found that really was a benefit to our participants. And I should back up and just say everything that we're doing in the pilot phase is evidence-based. We are also collecting data with surveys before, during, and after each session, and we are collating all of that data to really look at what is most helpful to our participants. We want this to be all about them, and they are really informing our programming now and in the future. We always want to be nimble and flexible and create programs that are of real worth and value to them, and that may change over time. In addition to that, we also have a wonderful partnership with the Brainwave Center here locally. And the Brainwave Center does what's called neurofeedback, which, when you think about everybody has a heartbeat, so does your brain. Your brain has brain waves that can be reprogrammed, sort of like operant conditioning. So we have 20 participants who are undergoing a series of neurofeedback sessions. And again, we're collecting that data, and we're surveying our participants before, during, and after their treatments to know how effective it is and if it's helping them. So we are hoping to continue the neurofeedback sessions. And then in addition to those two programs, we're offering many different types of support groups, journaling support groups and classes, poetry support groups. We've done a support group on self-care, and then we will be, adding more and more services as time moves on. So we really do want to hear from the participants and what's working for them. We're also trying to do more out at the retreat center, even though we haven't broken ground on our facility just yet. So we've done some walking meditation classes, and we'll be doing more of those, nutrition classes out at the property as well. So there's just a lot of wonderful interaction. We've got horses there, we have some cattle, and our participants just love engaging with the animals and feeding the horses and just being out in the beautiful oak trees and getting some nice fresh air.
So let's go there now. So if you're if I'm someone just coming to visit the property now, or if I'm a potential donor or a program participant and I'm entering the property, can you describe, coming on site and just kind of walk me through with words what your visuals are?
So I like to describe it. When I first stepped foot on the property, I envisioned I was stepping onto South Fork and the TV series from the 70s and 80s that was Dallas. South Fork is sort of what it just reminded me of. So beautiful white gates and fenced area when you first come off of Fruitville Road, and then you go down a beautiful like meandering path, and you've got horses to your left and a beautiful pond to your right, and then the community garden to your right, a barn, and then beautiful oak trees with moss hanging down, and it just goes on for miles and miles and miles. And then when you step out onto the property, you meander through just beautiful forest and trees, and there's all sorts of birds on the property. And then there's a wonderful meditation garden with lilies floating, natural lilies floating in the pond and garden area that we're calling the meditation pond. And then you go further back, and there's some wetlands, and then there's also some cattle. We have a relationship with a local rancher who, J2 Farms, and he's been absolutely wonderful community partner of ours, as has Jamie Klauber with Epic Polo. The horses that are on the property are hers, and we have a wonderful partnership where she helps to train her horses for what she's doing with the polo, and then it also is wonderful interaction for our participants. So we're really looking forward to building our retreat center, which will have the capability of sleeping up to 30 participants, and we'll have community spaces, community rooms, and just be a really wonderful environment to host classes and the retreats, with a lot of outdoor spaces as well for people to have community.
Thank you. So a couple times you've mentioned your programs, but you also mentioned InStride and the fact that you have cows and horses on your property, and you're surrounded by nature, and you're also you're using science-based research to really influence your programs and putting data behind the programs that you're doing. We at Cat Depot very much believe in exploring the science behind the human-animal bond, but also incorporating cats and other animals into therapy programs, because we really believe in the healing power of those types of relationship, even from the joy an animal brings into your life to the repetitive motion of actually petting an animal is known to calm you and lower your blood pressure. You not only have a therapy dog in training, but we're beginning discussions about maybe, cats could be incorporated into your yoga programs, or maybe a kitty could come for painting with cats or poetry with cats.
We are exploring other programs in the future, and would love to even pilot those sooner than later before the retreat center is built. And those programs would be things like art therapy and pet therapy, and maybe even combine pet therapy with art therapy, and with some of our yoga and meditation classes, and just out in nature. So we have been training a therapy dog named Journey, and we're really excited to have Journey come to us in the next few months. He'll be through with training, and we're just really finding that is something that our participants have asked for, is that interaction one-on-one with animals, and it brings them so much peace and joy, and there's just also a lot of trust building between animals and our participants, and it's very calming to be around animals such as cats and dogs and horses and cows and other animals. And we're really very excited about working with Cat Depot on the possibility of having cats come to Resilient Retreat, interact with our participants on a regular basis, to do things like cat yoga, or have cats just snuggle and cuddle with participants, especially if they're having a bad day, or just to build a trust with an animal, and to bring that calming presence to our retreat and to our participants. So we're very, very very excited about exploring that further, and also collecting the data on how effective it will be for our participants to interact with the animals.
Thank you. What's an average day like for you in your first month there?
An average day for my first month. Well, it's been a little different in that I never expected to be a new executive director at a new nonprofit and have a pandemic break out within 2 weeks of me starting. So it's been navigating a lot of uncharted territory. But again, I am very fortunate because the board has been 100% supportive. We have been very transparent about what our plans are during this crisis with our participants, with our donors and volunteers and board members. Just we've gone to working remotely. That's one of the reasons why, unfortunately, I couldn't be with Jackie at Cat Depot for the Facebook Live session. So I really want to thank Cat Depot for offering to do this remotely. So it's just been interesting, but we're still moving forward with interviews for our Director of Development and our Director of Wellness, and we're still working on our policies and procedures and getting those in place, and on our strategic planning process coming up. And I was actually part of a webinar yesterday about doing campaigns and how do you launch and break ground on a new facility and possibly enter into a capital campaign during a crisis like this. So it was very informative. So we're keeping very, very busy working from home and staying in constant contact with our staff and our board members, and our phones are on call, and one of us is on call each day because our participants come first, and we know that during this time in particular, when so much is uncertain and we don't have control over so many things in our work and in our environment and in our lives right now, personally and professionally, that really can trigger so much anxiety in people, and just being out of your norm, and it's very difficult. So I just want everyone to know that we're here for our participants now more than ever, and they can call us at 941-343-0039, and we will be there for them via support over the phone. And we're also just looking at doing other things at this time, as far as having virtual support groups still going with participants, and we can't be with them directly one-on-one necessarily, or in traditional groups, but we could do groups over Zoom or Skype, and that's what we're looking into doing now to make sure that we're there for them. So it's been interesting. I really feel very fortunate to live in a community like Sarasota, where we have such a tight-knit group of nonprofits who feel comfortable sharing and highlighting one another and partnering like this, where in some communities you just don't have that kind of network or support within the nonprofit community. So I feel very, very fortunate that we have that as demonstrated, here with what we're doing between Resilient Retreat and Cat Depot. Other times you wouldn't necessarily find that kind of professional camaraderie. So I am thankful for that, and we will reciprocate with many nonprofits, including Cat Depot.
Thank you.
We're grateful for the time we had virtually with Lisa, and someday really soon we hope that Cat Depot can explore more partnerships with Resilient Retreat and kitties and their program participants there. It's time right now to wrap things up. And getting ready for next month, we have our fingers crossed that we're going to welcome guests from the Sarasota Parrot Conservatory. So we'll see what programs that they're exploring with their birds and how parrots are helping people. Final word, reminder that Cat Depot is a 501c3 nonprofit doing good in the world for cats and the people that love them. We are here in Sarasota, Florida. We are getting ready for the Giving Challenge, April 28th and 29th. You can look to make a pledge in the coming days, catdepot.org. If you'd like to make a donation now to help with our community food bank, you're also able to do that. Any questions, 941-366-2404. Thank you for staying tuned in. Have a wonderful night, and please help us all make kindness matter.